face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
Tariff your face off. We're gonna tariff your face off. Does everybody know that I did the talk your face off voice?
Hope so.
It sounds just like me, you know?
Yeah.
I'm guessing everybody knows it was me.
What's going on, everyone?
Hey, man.
Hey,
everybody.
I should try talking to this, huh?
Yeah, you got talking to that. That helps. Hi,
Yeah.
Tony and his friend. Hi, Will.
I will. Hello, everyone.
Will,
RC Jeep guy says he needs to move somewhere more consistent.
To
Kentucky.
weather-wise. Yeah, man, that's been my real thing. Like, I was just talking with somebody about it today.
Yeah.
Like, Virginia, the weather was so good year-round to RC. Like, the time you did it was a summer because you're getting attacked by bugs.
Right.
Like, you could go out and film a video and it's sunny and it looked good and nobody knew you were, like, dying and being attacked viciously by
those huge flies.
Huge flies we had there.
Whatever those things were called.
And the mosquitoes, all that. But yeah, I mean, so hopefully this is the last night here. I'm hoping next week I'll be back over in the studio.
We just started getting winter.
Everything's melting.
Yeah, we just started
getting more.
It just it was like all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, winter showed up.
We're supposed to get some crazy.
You're supposed to get cold, aren't you?
Yeah, like possible ice storms overnight.
Awesome.
RC Tariffs. It's music to my ears. That RC Tariffs are music to your ears. We're gonna have to talk about this. We're gonna have to talk about this.
Well, you know, I figured this is the place to talk about it. This is the safe place, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're gonna talk about. Man, I had a great time at the auto show. We'll talk about that.
That sounds and looks.
That course was amazing. Like, I mean, I like my rock crawler course in my yard, but if I could have that in my yard, like, it was just stellar. The rocks he used, the way he stacked everything.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I have a full video coming on that, and I have a full video on Venge. I have 2 full videos coming soon.
Nice.
I should have some time now that the album has dropped. We'll talk about that as well.
Yes.
But the album has dropped. I have a little bit more time.
Darren O'Rourke says, Canadian here. Interested to see where this one goes.
Right. Hey, we're not going to go anywhere. We're talking more China tariffs, I think. Partly. I mean, there's going to be some Canadian talk. You guys aren't. I mean, yeah. I mean, we got the beat stick for everybody right now. So we don't play favorites around here. Everybody gets beat down.
I feel like our government's the referee going crazy.
I need a punk album.
I feel like the
bass guitar over there. I got my
guy liner
long bass. Yeah.
Yes. No, I feel like our government's the crazy referee right now that's throwing technicals at everyone with the whistle, like tweet you, tweet you.
And then the guy like claps about getting a foul.
Yeah.
Technical for you. Can't clap. Show your disapproval of me. Technical foul. Yeah.
Pretty much. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But man, see all this stuff floating around. The shutter speed, because I crank the lights up, is so high that any little.
Is that your MacBook Pro that's doing that?
Through the light. No, it's that Mac Studio monitor, whatever it is.
Oh.
But I was telling you, like, it's a tough lens to deal with. You have zero control over the settings.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go too dim, it's all grainy. If you boost it, it goes like super red face, and then high shutter speeds. And so every little movement of anything floating through the sky that you wouldn't see with your normal eye, the shutter speed is so high that it's tracking it the whole way. It's allowing it to be seen. It's like if you shoot, there's one right there, a little floaty in the sky. If you if you shoot in Africa, you know, so your shutter angle is supposed to be 180 degrees. Is how it works. So if you're shooting at 60 frames per second, it should be at 120th.
Yeah. Right.
You can do just 180 degrees if you have an actual old camera, but if you're doing math with what we're doing for cameras now, using shutter speeds. So if you're doing 30p, which is what I prefer, or 24p, you do 1/48th of a second or 1/50th. You can flux a little, but if you're doing 30p, it should be 1/60th of a second. If you're not doing that, you will see every fly flying through and there are lots of them in the middle of Africa, say Kenya, you know, with all the dung and the stuff from elephants. There's lots of flies, and you see all of them in the shot, and it's really distracting. But if you get your shutter to 180 degrees of it, you won't see any of it, of this stuff that's just floating through here.
Right.
Somebody said, dude, you got like some kind of auras and stuff at your house, or
Yeah.
so I'm like, no, it's just like cat hair, probably, if anything, floating through.
Dander.
A little fluffy guy was coming through here a second ago. But yeah, anyway.
Gross.
Yes, we do know Veloci is coming out with a new 1/10 LMP monster truck. Yes, that's coming.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't know the details of it all, but it's been, I mean, I've seen test stuff and they weren't hiding it. So they're working on something like tires and different things for it. So there's definitely something coming. It is not like it's gone and it'll never be back. So don't worry. Right. The LMT is not going to die. Anyway. Whew. All right. Where are we going to start? There's so many things to talk about. There's racing scene for you. There's crawling. There's tariffs. Should we talk about tariffs right away? That's kind of like scare people away stuff.
What else did we have on there? I forgot already. Hold on.
The new LMT Mini. That's cool.
That's cool.
If you don't mind animal-shaped monster trucks, it's pretty cool.
You know, I'm really interested. I like it.
Yeah.
It's
I love that
cool.
they made the tail flexible, so when it hit, it bends and comes back.
I think that's cool, but I think it's kind of weird. Like, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like,
if it could be rigid but not breakable, it'd be more better to just ride a wheelie along it. Or
no, it's one of those things where it's like, how long is this gonna last?
Oh,
that's my thing. Like, and not in a bad way, just like, you know, it's like it doesn't seem very, I don't know.
Oh, and Travis, I saw you when you came in. Actually, cute guy Darren, Psycho. I saw you comment too.
You know what I mean? Like,
come on, Tony, you've probably driven it. No, I haven't, but maybe LVCRC or Big America has, or somebody that does a lot of monster truck content. I haven't seen it.
Seen what?
The new LMT, whatever. Somebody's saying I probably haven't driven it, and I can honestly say that I have not. I'm not a go-to these days. I'm just having fun doing my thing, and I'm loving it. So I'm not complaining about it. Those guys are putting in the work, man. They're doing the monster trucks all day long.
They're hitting heavy, man. They're hitting hard too.
They're doing awesome stuff with it. So if I were the companies, I'd have sent it to them too.
Yep.
Like they'd have been my first choice.
I agree. I think, well, I mean, I think you do awesome monster truck videos. I think, let's be honest, I think they should hire the A team again to go out.
The video they did was pretty cool. I don't love the high speeding things. Like I actually I have some issue with it because it makes it look faster than it is. Like when they ramp the speed up on stuff.
Did you think they did? I didn't think they did.
Motion. I don't know. I felt like they sped up that slide in, and some of the other stuff looked pretty fast in the video. It looked like it was in fast forward.
I mean, they are pretty quick when they're down low. They're hard to shoot.
They're quick, but
because it wasn't a big frame that they were coming into.
Well, now we're going to pull it up. Did anybody else think it looked fast forwarded? I felt that stylistically looked fast forwarded because I shot the other ones and it didn't feel like that at all when we did the video for the original ones.
Yeah.
What Facebook Losi?
Right.
Real quick.
Harley says the new body sucks, is what apparently RC Jeep guy says.
Does he probably doesn't like? Oh well, since I'm here, we're gonna show this off. Pat Smahi, I don't know if he's in here. Oh, it looked odd. Oh well, he doesn't like monster trucks. He wouldn't even know what it is. He probably doesn't know that they have a shark body for.
He
monster
actually in his video he referenced Baby Shark Harley. I see in that.
Yeah, and
I'm
like
come
he
on.
didn't know what the Lloyd was.
Right,
that it was for monster truck people.
Yeah.
I mean, I still wouldn't have called it the Lloyd. I'll give him that. Not the greatest name.
He said, I didn't say it sucked. I said it was a surprising choice. AKA, this sucks.
It's not a surprising. It's the other than Gravedigger, it's the #1 selling toy. So it makes sense for those reasons. This was a sick move. Pat Smahi, who comes in here a lot. Pat Smahi Films. He does the awesome motor. I don't even know the stunt bikes stuff on a motorcycle where they do all the cool. But this was cool.
I liked that it showed that it. Yeah, I liked also that it was shown at a skate park with like a little bit of snow on it. I thought that was cool. It's a cool touch.
No, the Lloyd is just terrible looking. Yeah, it looks like the Saigon Shaker though.
Yep.
It looks just like a little bit on the proportions, probably not perfect, but it was a pretty close representation to a truck that many people in the RC monster truck world wanted.
Yep.
Right, and it's not a good looking truck to begin with. Anyway, so that looks great. This is always a beautiful looking truck. I don't know. Let's see. Is there any video in these? I mean, it looks straight up like the real one.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's like it's a little bit. I was waiting. No one said it yet. Yeah, and no one said it yet. Like that's what the title of this video should have been. Did Losi jump the shark? Like it's
here we go.
Like
all right, hold on. Everybody, here it is. Well, that didn't do it.
Yeah.
That made it
cool
worse.
Story, bro.
This button. There.
Yeah, it looks sped up. I'm just kidding.
All right. So there's no sounds. Slow-mo, I'm all right with. Lots of slow-mo. It actually looked good landing too.
Mm-hmm. You think that was sped up? I think that was just speed ramped tight.
No, that all looks good. That's obviously.
What would have been funny if they cut out the person like kicking it on the ground to make it look like it went faster?
See, that was pretty rad. Like save. And it's perfectly set up to do nose wheelies. I mean,
isn't that at Letcher's house too?
Yeah. He's got a sweet track.
Yeah.
The Boneyard.
Yep.
I mean, this video doesn't look that bad. All right, I take it back. Well done. I like the video. I thought somewhere
we'll circle back on that.
It felt really fast the way that it was sliding in and all that. People are like, how many times did it take to do that? It's like first try.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. So I think maybe it was just the music and everything amped it up and it felt that way. That was pretty cool.
Maybe you were just overly excited like a little kid. And you were like, ooh, this is so good. Just saying.
You need to start watching Supercross, and then instead of like F1 stuff we'll talk at the end about, Gas. Because I saw you, Brian Kochner. Hey, I just posted, not on Instagram, but I just mentioned the B Kochner build getting some play at the auto show. I just did a video showing it off.
Nice.
The build that he did.
I like it.
So yeah.
I'm trying to build these shocks here. And you ever get, oh, I see. Never mind. There's a clear difference here. I was going to say, you ever get like a kit and you're like, these parts look really similar. And then you look a little closer and you're like, aha, they didn't short me an O-ring. Like, yeah, one of those things.
Yeah, it's usually the C clips or E clips that go flying. And like, they shorted me one.
Yeah,
they didn't. I just lost it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Monster Jam got rid of a lot of the monster trucks they're running in the monster truck shows. But yeah, well, it seems like a lot of people are going to these new 3D trucks now.
Yeah, they got like the ones for the work crew, JCB.
Do you see the polar bear one?
I mean, at least Excalibur's there. I just saw that in the video with Ryan, and it was in the background when he was talking about their win. Like, he was a freestyle winner, and then his brother was the overall in Tampa. But there was, Excalibur was there. That's pretty rad. So they just change it up because some of it's the other, like, they're not Monster Jam owned trucks. And so some of the trucks are in and out because of that. Those teams change them out, or they'll get paid to run Megalodon. Like Corey Rummel was with, not Team Throttle Monster. What's Avenger guys? Jim Kohler's team. Team Scream. Right? Thank you. Man, it's been a hot minute for me. But he was running Megalodon on tour for a while.
Yeah.
Last year, a year and a half ago. So that means that they weren't running a different one of their bodies that they have. You know what I mean? Like, so there is some playing around with it and whatever based on what they need on tour, but there's quite a few trucks out there.
Yeah. It says, how about put a cheap system in it that has no
Shaker's
punch.
No longer in Monster Jam. Well, that would be up to them because they were independent.
Tickets for the Seattle Monster Jam show went on sale today. If you didn't already know, sweet. I didn't already know. Last year it sucked because it was on the same weekend as our season championship, and I didn't get to go. But I went the year before, and it was awesome. What date is it, Movie Mon? I'd like to know. I don't know what date it is. I knew it was coming. I didn't know what date it was. It'd be cool. I don't know. I'd like to see a couple different last weekend in March. March. What's up, Nick B?
Yeah, so Shaker is with the Metal Shop. And so again, they're an outside source. So some of those are going to change in and out, and based on availability and the booking, it's like Overkill Evolution, not in Monster Jam these days, but still out there and running up in Canada and different places. So yeah.
Yep.
You're going to see some ebb and flow in the different secondary trucks, but it's because Monster Jam 1 is getting more of their own, right? Sparkle Smash. Just to name one of them right off the bat.
That's awesome.
We got Vendetta. I'm just looking through him. Joe Foley, he's running the Axe.
There was that new one. It's not Monster Jam. It's a different one, but they have it's like a polar bear. I just saw it today and I was like, what is that?
Todd the Duke's running Megalodon. That's good for him because, dude, I was just talking with somebody who's a Todd the Duke fan, and he was actually a Blue Lightning fan or Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder.
And I was like, as a kid, and I'm like, really? I'm like, he's like, yeah. I'm like, Todd the Duke? He's like, yeah. And I started talking like, man, that poor guy couldn't get when he was at Ford Field in Blue Thunder, he had the best run of the night and just biggest air. Like, I mean, one of his launches, his huge launches. And he got like middle of the pack. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Like, I don't know what Blue Thunder is. Now he's in Megalodon, so at least he'll get a little bit of the shark bite like points from the kids that are just like, yeah, Megalodon 10. Like, he'll at least hopefully get some of the love that he hasn't had for so long.
Right.
But yeah, there's some interesting bodies out there these days that are running in it.
Yep.
But I don't see the one you're talking about.
It's not Monster Jam. It's another outfit.
Okay.
I forgot who it was.
Maybe they're with Throwdown.
I think that's who it is.
Frostbite. 12,000 pound polar bear.
Yep. I was like, that's
Hot Wheels. So it might not be. It might be running the Hot Wheels stuff.
I don't know.
With Bigfoot. Anyway. All right. Well, let's move on from all that. New mini monster truck LMT. Pretty cool. I think there's definitely going to be Tony in the chat. What's up, Nick B?
Hopefully there'll be a couple more. I'm hoping for an overboard. I love my 72 Chevy action.
Yeah, I'm a big Blue Thunder fan, actually. I think that's one of the cooler monster trucks. So I got my son into it. I'm seeing Brian Kochner. Him saying it. Bigfoot. Yeah, man. Man, how cool would it be if Traxxas unveiled a solid axle truck for the 50th anniversary thing that they do at the Bigfoot?
Not cool.
Thing that they do.
Okay,
not cool.
Be cooler if Losi did. Let's change the subject.
Yep.
So, Ryan,
talk about that novice race.
Want to talk about that novice race?
Let's do it,
dude. It was Kyle is the guy that she battles with back and forth all the time.
Yep.
Ryan's the hired hitman that takes people out of races and goes head to head with people to break A-arms. So he wants to be like, hey, I missed her on every single turn. I was trying to take her out. No, I'm just kidding. So it was pretty awesome. So Kyle had to work, and Olivia was pretty much like drooling because she's like, ooh, Kyle's not going to be here, so I'm going to take the season championship today. So Kyle ended up missing all the qualifiers. He practiced Friday night, and he came back to run the alphabet soup and go from C all the way to A main, and then he took the win. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right? It was hella good. And it was the best part, though. I'll make the story short. The best part was at the end of the race, they both came down. I'll tell you how close it was in a second. At the end of the race, they both came down and showed each other their hands, and their hands were like this. I mean, they were just like totally shaking like leaves because they were so amped up from the race. It was awesome. It was pretty rad. So Olivia, she got tangled up in a lot of traffic. I was watching the video. I was like, man. So she dropped all the way down to 5th, then worked her way up. Back to 2nd.
Which is fun to watch when somebody does that. Like as a spectator, that's super fun to watch somebody just picking people up.
Yeah, and it was like against time. So the time was like every interval, the time was getting like, I think she was down by almost 10 seconds, right? And then she started picking people off, and the interval started like going shorter and shorter and shorter. And I think she got to 1.4 seconds behind him. Well, she was way closer than that, but I just mean in a lap, 1.4 seconds. She was like, for a couple, like a good half a lap or a good lap, it was nose to tail. She was pushing him around the track a little bit.
Oh, but she started at a different time or
No,
whatever.
she got TQ. Yeah, she got TQ.
She was in front of him for time as far as takeoff.
Yeah, and
that's how they start, right? They stagger start based on your.
Yeah, so like he had to start at the very end of the pack too.
Visually, she was right on his tail, but time-wise, because she'd started before him.
No.
How that works or no?
Nope. No, right. So
ignore me.
He started in 10th. Yeah. He started in 9th or 10th because he got the bump from B-Main.
Okay.
Right? And so they start on a grid. Okay. And she had pole and she took off. She crashed and got into traffic, so she dropped all the way down to 5th. He took the lead.
Got it. So it is.
Yeah. So with
not based on time, it is based on who crosses first.
Yeah. So, but the times are the splits in between, right? So she was down to, I think, 1.4 seconds at one time and split for the whole lap, and then she worked her way from 5th all the way back up, and then she was on his back bumper for the last lap, maybe, or the last two, like back and forth the last lap and a half or so. And it literally came down to the buzzer. She was 1.8 seconds behind him crossing the finish line. So it's like, boom, boom. Like it was like right there. And he ended up getting the win. So he earned the win for the first time the season. I mean, he won before, but that was because she broke.
Win, but it's just not. It didn't clinch it early.
It didn't clinch it early. I think it might be mathematically impossible. I guess it wouldn't be if she didn't clinch.
She crashed out.
She would have to I think she would have to not show till 1 completely in order for him to take the season
championship. He just prolonged it, the inevitable.
He did.
Is what you're saying.
Sorry, Kyle. So because they did the last.
He's in here. I'm not trying to be mean, Kyle. I'm trying to understand it because I am not a racer. The one time I told you how the first time I went.
Yeah.
I literally set my car in and broke a guy's A-arm because he came right over the hill and smashed right into it. I had to tucked as tight as I could to the wall, and wham!
It's like, what a jerk.
For sure, this is the safe spot. This is where you put it, and then you go up on the hill and go.
Yeah. Nope. No.
To my defense, they did not have an open spot where you put it behind a barrier and start it in.
Yep.
So, yeah. I need a new hat. My hat's great. Gas. Look at all these sponsors and stuff.
I know.
Wow. Look at everything's double. Wow.
Yeah.
PPG, 2 Ps. Yep.
So so she can right now she has an 11-point lead.
If Kyle TQ and wins every race, they either tie or within 1 point.
I think they would be within 1 point, but the thing is, the 2 drops. She has a drop that's a 98. She has a drop. Her
You've
second.
Done the math.
Yeah, her second drop right now.
Well, he's doing the math on all this. He's like,
yeah. Papa. Well, her second drop right now is a second place with a TQ.
Okay.
So, and he has second places, and then he has a DNF. So I think the points shake out to she would still win by 1 point. So, and it wouldn't come down to winning, or it wouldn't be if he won every race, because she would have to not race those races for if he won every race and got within one and got a TQ. I think that's how it goes. Because every race the most you can get is 101 points. And she's gotten 101 for like 5 races in a row.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah. 4 or 5. So I think it's
cheating.
She might be.
I would look into that, Kyle. See if you can't get around some kind of cheating.
No, dude. Kyle came out of nowhere with some speed. I was like, where'd the speed come from all of a sudden? Because his car's fast all of a sudden. And we have a lot of spaceship speed tech in our car. So I don't know where he's getting all this speed, but looks good. Wear tools. I like wear tools. I have some. They're awesome. I wish I had a full set of them though. Got one. Do I have one right here? I got one right here. I use them for my I normally use them for my beadlocks. These are nice. Secret squirrel speed. I know. What motor are you running, Kyle? I think Kyle, see, speed secrets. Yep. I think they're pretty much all the same. I bet Olivia would get the overall at the end of the season. Yeah, I think she will. I think it'll be pretty. I picked up something that'll potentially give her a little more top end. So we'll see what happens.
Is this a new motor?
No.
It's
just some rotational mass stuff.
Like
a Nunya motor.
Nunya business.
Yeah. She killed it at the beginning. Well, and that's funny because same thing happened with Dalton, right? Like last season, it's like he runs away at the beginning of the season. And it's like, yeah, but guess what? Everyone catches them at the end of the season. Not everyone, but like the top 5 people start catching them at the end of the season. It was totally that. So she's getting caught now, which is good. Her and Kyle are, they're ready for 21.5. So, which will be good. So it'll be good. But
well, bummer she didn't get it, but cool to hear that it
was a good race.
Still happening, and that it was a good race. That just makes it fun.
Yep.
If you're gonna lose, it might as well be an awesome race.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. She's due for some tires too, which sucks. I have to buy more tires. But
need a tire sponsor.
Yeah, I know. I need a tire sponsor that's ready for it too. Yep, that's what we're running. We're running the 25 Reedy. So that's why I was like, I don't know where your speed's coming from. We even changed gearing way behind here, but Losi need to go bigger with the LMT.
I was just gonna put that up there.
1/6 or 1/5. Would you buy a 1/5 LMT?
Yeah.
Electric? Yeah. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, if they could get it under $2,000, I think so. If they could get it at that $1,600 price point like the 5T is at,
yeah,
I think they would sell them like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Not like
that's a lot of material though.
That's still a lot of money.
It's a lot of material.
I think they would sell decent. Like if I were to have a 5th scale anything, like the monster truck would be it. Like the Creighton in them, the Outcast, they're just big for what they are, like flying through the air doing whatever. Not my thing.
Yeah.
But if I could have like a cool monster truck doing flips and tricks and scale out stuff, I think it'd be pretty rad. That and then like the short course are pretty awesome. The 5T's a pretty awesome thing but I think a lot of the other stuff in the big scale is just heavy. You're gonna break it, you are.
Yeah.
So keep it where you're close to it. You're not going out and doing huge stuff with it. You're just kind of
and that's
still running in a small space, right? Because
yeah, and that's the thing. I was just telling Cody about this is that the UDR. He said that's his unicorn now, and I'm like, bro, the UDR is cool, but there's a reason why I ran it like once a year. Like it's rad to take video with, but it's really not every day, everywhere kind of basher car because it's so big and heavy and it takes so many batteries and blah blah blah, and they're a pain to work on, like all that kind of stuff. I loved it. I have some seller's remorse about selling it. I kind of want another one just so I can go when we do go camping and stuff like that. I could bring it out there. I've already had one of those. They're not anywhere close. Like comparable to the UDR. Nope. I've had them both. The UDR is just a whole other class. Like it's just different, and it handles so much different. It handles way better than the Baja Rays. Way better. But it's still tough to, it's a pain in the butt to work on.
Yeah.
But you know what I think would be a really cool model for a Losi to go with like 5th or 6th scale would be if they sold you the monster truck with a cage and then had a line of bodies that you could buy that were what's the word? Licensed bodies. Just like a Chevy truck body or a panel wagon body, or you know what I mean, that didn't have Gravedigger on it and didn't have Son of a Digger on it or whatever. It's just the Lexan that you could buy. That would be a sweet model because I would do that because then you could run it with just a cage and look pretty rad. So
yeah,
I've seen the new.
Speaking of monster trucks, I just sold my PEI chassis Bigfoot, the one that I won the USCE award with.
What?
Yep, the Freestyle RC one.
Why?
And I'm about to sell a Pro C.
What?
I know, because I don't race them. I feel bad holding on to them, and there's people that want them.
I thought I knew you.
I'm gonna keep my basher ones, but it's like the race ones. Like, and if I'm not racing, why would I hold on to them?
Because at least the Bigfoot one.
The Bigfoot one is pretty rad with
the Bigfoot
cantilever shocks.
Come on.
Somebody got a really good deal on it. It's also got 2 Reefs Raw 500s on it.
I hope you didn't just fire sell that one.
It's to a good buddy of mine. I didn't post it. I said, hey, I'm selling this. I'm about to. Would you want it? And he said yes. But I posted. Did you see I posted the Axis?
Mm-mm.
I put it on Facebook.
What's the Axis?
I will show you. I will show you.
That kind of hurts. I'm kind of hurt, Tony, that you sold that.
The PEI one? It's not gone yet.
You're like, I do have the money.
No, I don't have the money yet.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Excalibur, before I show you the Axis, I'm going to show you these photos of Excalibur. Speaking of it being at Tampa.
Do it.
Check that out.
Oh, that Excalibur.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Aired it out.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
He tore it up. Such a rad truck.
Yeah.
All right, so I was going to go to CCXRC and show you. Not this. Go to my profile. There we are. This one. It's beautiful too. Leaf sprung, 8 shocks, 16 total shocks, drive shafts. Like,
what are you asking for it?
800.
$1 million.
But it's the Freestyle RC Axis. Just the body alone is like 100 something, but I mean it's a piece. Then you got
moving on. You better jump on
motor
this.
mount transmission setup in it. Then it goes to the axles, but they've got that swivel piece. It's a cheater for sure, retro.
Yeah.
But man, it's a thing of beauty. I mean, it's just so scale.
Super scale.
And it's one of those, if it doesn't sell, I'm good. Like, I'm not going to go less than that. People are asking if I'm going to part it out. I'm like, not a chance. I will keep it just like that. It's Kyosho body on a retro truck. But it's got leaf springs, plus it's got 4 shocks per spot.
Have you ever driven it? Like,
yeah, I raced it once.
Really?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
So the thing is, it's banned in like Traeger King. It's banned in this and that, and But yeah.
That seems pretty cool.
600 tops. It's used, not new in a box.
You can't buy them new in the box.
This isn't a buy it new in a box. This is custom.
Nope.
This is not a Kyosho.
It should be that. I could see you actually moving for like 12 for the right person.
Yeah.
It's got all that in it. Like easy 12 in it.
Yeah, these are all custom arms and
It's not a basher.
It's got a plate. Yeah, it's not meant to be bought by somebody that would. It's a $1,500 truck.
Easy. Easy. Yeah. Easy. Yep.
So it was $500 just for the chassis.
Right.
Not wheels and tires, not motor, not transmission mount, not the axle setup.
16 shocks. That's like 16 shocks. That's
plus $160 body. Yeah, it's an expensive truck. It's not moving quick because it's not for everybody, but I drove it once and I paid $1,200 for it, I think.
Oh, see, I was right on the money.
Yeah. Used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seriously contemplating moving this Jeep that I showed. And especially now that they're not going to do Axial Fest West, I'm like, that's starting to be a theme around my house, Pablo. That's a $1,500 truck right there.
So. Custom means your standards. No, custom means just custom built.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's built by the Freestyle RC guy.
Ooh, RC Jeep guy says 800 shipped.
Yeah, it was 800 shipped.
Uh-oh. I think you might have a hot one right
there.
there.
It doesn't have a radio.
Yeah.
I would ship it with the Spectrum receiver if he wants it, but
that's a sweet deal. Like, if you're into monster trucks, that's a sweet deal. Sweet deal.
Nothing extra for the dust on the tires. That make it look so good in that photo.
Makes it look like it's right off the Superdome floor.
Yeah.
You couldn't come close to a Primal monster truck for 800.
Couldn't what?
He says, I'll take a Primal RC monster truck for 800. Or it's like you couldn't get.
I'm working on a trade on one of those, actually.
Yeah.
Like mine going away trade.
What?
Yeah.
Tony.
Same guy that bought the other.
The monster truck, the Bigfoot?
Yeah.
If you were closer, I'd make an offer. But I don't want to have to use freight to get it here. I need them that dust came from you because I never had to pay it before.
I take a Barry Musauer's monster truck. I have one of those. Nothing's off the table right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did see an F450. Actually, Frankie messaged me on Instagram or Facebook. Because I did find one. I just couldn't remember who was asking for it.
You know what I just realized? I feel shorted by Team Associated. I just realized this. I was looking down and I was like, okay, what do I need to start building these? I bought a shock set, right? Just new shocks. No springs.
Yeah. You have to choose the stiffness you want. Yeah, like a Greyhound ticket for a Primal RC monster truck. Is that possible? That's the hard thing about moving one of those, though. Is like, I'm not going to ship it.
Right.
Same with the Barry Musauer truck. Like, I remember I paid like over $200 shipping on that thing to get it to me.
And that seems light for shipping for something that big.
It was. I mean, it was at least $250.
RC Jeep guy says he was supposed to get all your sends.
Nah, there was one, and I gave you all the parts, all the aftermarket parts, and the the prototype.
I think he means like all your new sends, and he just
yeah.
wants to buy all your sends. Is what he's saying. Yep. LMTV2 confirmed.
I'm not getting rid of all my cars. I'm just getting rid of ones that are. There's twofold. I'm trying to get my kids something. Like this was all for me, right? So much this was all for me. Now they're getting bigger, and I'm like, they're not into it. Like I thought, I'm gonna leave this to them. But they're not into it. Like
I'm gonna leave this to them.
This is for you guys.
Did you really think that?
No, not at all. But I thought at some point they'd come around and be like, dude, we want to race. We want to do all this stuff. Like, because I see other people racing with their dads, and it's just not them, man. So I was like, all right, well, I'm holding on to these things that just sit on a shelf. They've sat there since I moved here. I haven't run them once since I moved here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't raced them. I have run them.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to. Like, I absolutely love them. Like, the Pro C is my favorite truck ever made. So I'm going to keep one. Like,
yeah.
And it'll be my forever, like, keep this. But there's other ones I'm going to get rid of, the race ones. But my Basher one, nah.
Do you ever feel like once you made a video series or like 3 videos with a car, it's like you don't even want to, it gets boring to make videos of them again?
No.
You don't feel that way?
I just love making videos in general.
No. I know, but but sometimes I'm like, how many times can I shoot this car in this angle?
I would do it over and over. The internet's fickle. You know what the tip is to musicians on the internet? Stop making new music. Just keep advertising your old stuff. You don't need to make new songs.
Yeah.
Get more out of the ones you have.
Maybe I'll repost my videos.
If you watch the people, like you go to their YouTubes, I mean, I can't stand it because I don't even do it on mine. Like I feel like, oh man, I'm over posting. Like that's why I stopped doing the mini stuff. I'm like, people don't care anymore. I was wrong. I posted a mini video like, here's what's happening in this now. Like thousands and thousands, 10,000 views, whatever. I'm like, what the crap? You know, like I thought people were tired of me doing all the mini stuff. Nope, I was wrong. You get that in your head, but that's not really where it's at. So, but the people that like their song, like they just keep doing reels of them lip syncing to their song in a car, lip syncing to their song with this person. Like, hey, make me smile, or whatever the Forrest Frank things were, whatever. We'd sit at a bench and it's like,
oh yeah.
And then he'd start singing it, whatever.
Yeah, having a hard day.
Over and over and over, right? Different things, like that same idea, but the same song.
Yep.
And it's all just about marketing, which you can love or hate, right? So, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Brian Costner. I can't either. Like, we just had a group over here tonight, and the kids went nuts when they saw the RC stuff. And my kids love to show them that and be like, but the kids leaving, they have no idea. They don't want to play with them. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
Can we bust that out now and run it? Like, yeah, it's weird.
Jeremy Smith says we want more monster trucks,
especially
racing. So
I was just saying that I was selling stuff, Jeremy. Can you believe it?
My son was bummed today. So I left this morning and it was no school today because of snow, right? And I was like, all right, well, I'll charge the batteries and we'll drive the LMTs when I get home tonight. All the snow melted. And so he was like, did you charge the cars? I was like, no, the snow's melted. He's like, come on, Dad. Like,
I wouldn't run them anyway.
I'm like, sorry, dude.
Oops.
So, yep.
Yeah, well, it happens. I charged up stuff for me and I never ran it.
I know.
I wanted to run the Mojave. Oh, I wanted to do that X-Max in the snow video, but then we got like 12 inches more overnight. And there was no there was nothing I could do. It was just way too much. Like, holy cow.
That's funny. Yeah, so I need to figure out what to do because I have a 4-week break when it comes to racing. So we just had our race and now we have a 4-week break. And I'm like, I know what I have to do on the weekends, but I need to like get out and run some RCs because I need to get away from the stuff I need to finish at the shop. So Jeremy says to call him.
Okay. I need to call him back. I just talked to him a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought about selling that Jeep. So RC Jeep guy said send him a number, and I'm like, I was like, I kind of want to move it, but I kind of don't because I haven't even driven it yet. So I'm like, I don't know, but I think
reloading.
I think I want to get something for myself.
Oh yeah,
as a present to myself.
Oh right, yeah, you deserve it. We talked about this.
So I'm like, I think I want to get something for myself, but I like give myself a little bonus. But because I like, it's hard to, yeah. RC Jeep guy goes, I noticed I never got that number. I'd sell it to you,
Right.
but I would like to go out and drive it first. I'll just be honest. I want to go out and drive it first. So, I want to get some video of it. But so lately, all the like stuff I've been doing has basically been going into the race program for the kids, right? So like I've been getting seconds when it comes to tires, sometimes thirds, that kind of thing. I realized this weekend I was like, I'm not slow, but like I raced. Oh, here's a good, it's like a good thing. I raced Olivia's new stadium truck. I put my body on it and I raced it because she was just focusing on buggy until the end of the season now. And I went out there and I qualified second for B Main. I was like, where'd this come from? I mean, her car's so much better, right? And so I'm like, okay. So now it made me think, okay, well, I want to throw some parts at my car, but then like my buggy, I'm running a B62. They're on B7s that are like absolute spaceships, like all the cool parts on them. And I just can't keep up with them at all. I put the same motor in it, still can't keep up with them. And so I'm like, do I bother putting money into that, or should I just get myself a new kit? Or should I get myself a new dirt kit? Take it easy, Nick. We'll see you on the dirt.
See Nick.
Yeah, but the dirt kits are so expensive.
Well, that's why you're spoiling yourself, I thought.
Yeah. But I don't know that I'm good enough yet to get myself, that's the other thing. It's like, I want to get something like, it'd be cool to get something that would make me better. And then I look at it and I look at Fly Sky just coming out with their new $200 like nice radio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would I rather get the kids both radios? Yes. You know what I mean? But it's like, but I want to go fast. So I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's worth it.
Double A Day says, I would until it bugged me that I would never be able to buy anything. I don't remember. I didn't read his first one.
I was talking about
spending times in shops.
Yeah. Being a kid and going, they go in the store and they have money. How kids are spoiled. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Well, it's just like Christmas. I'm like, what do you guys want? I'm like, man, when I was your age, I had a list. Like I was ready. Like, I had a list of things I was trying to save money for. I wanted for Christmas or whatever, It's like,
yeah.
Mo's
Garage. There's a new one. That's not the Noble. It's the FSG11P. I think that's the number. It looks like an entry level race radio. Looks pretty good. So, it's the more practice thing. I'm with you, but when I was like, that's the example. Me getting into someone else's car and being able to almost get into A Main first time driving someone's car on race day. Right. Yeah. So that to me, I'm like, I could do it. I could be more competitive, but like I think my equipment is kind of holding me back a little bit. That's all right.
Yeah. Movie man. That's right. Self-control. It's very important when you have a good job and you walk into a hobby shop. You
Yeah.
can't afford anything in here.
Pablo, with all this time off, we should run some sort of dirt cars on my brother's home track. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
We actually have to practice somewhere because in April we're going to Canada for a dirt race.
Speaking of Canada, tariffs.
Tariffs.
The time, tariff talk.
Good segue, Tony. Good segue.
What do you got? You're wanting to talk tariff talk. That was your idea.
So I saw
I think you just wanted to bash Canada. I'm just gonna throw him under the bus. Pablo told me offline he doesn't like Canada, so I'm just kidding.
I love Canada.
We love our neighbors to the north.
I actually really like Canada out here. Vancouver, like British Columbia.
I want to go so bad.
Rad. British Columbia is rad, dude. I really like it.
Yeah, I want to go through the mountains. I want to do that train thing I told you about last week.
Yep.
I really want to do it.
Yep.
And I'm going to go hang out with some cool Canadians up there.
Yep. So, okay.
Aaron's all ears. He's been waiting. We made him wait for this.
So, okay. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
That doesn't sound Canadian.
I know.
That's more English.
I'm like all Leafs, all toques. So, it's not really about Canada. It's more about like what's going to happen with the supply chain for RC.
Yep, that's what I thought.
And we saw a lot of this stuff happen during COVID, and a lot of the racing was starting. Yeah. The racing was getting kind of tough, right? It was getting dicey because there was people that were having issues getting their race car parts because they weren't in stock. Hey, Jay Vorisa 71. Thanks for the super chat. But it's one of those things where it's like, it'll be interesting to see what happens to some of these parts and if the cost goes up on some of these parts, or, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so one thing I'm happy about is that like most of Associated stuff is made in Taiwan now, I think. Where is it made? Taiwan. But I wonder if that would make it, I wonder how the shipping will work with that, or like what parts come from China. Starting 3/7, there's a 10% tariff that will hit products leaving China and Hong Kong. 10% is pretty minimal and probably won't see much of a difference. I think so too, but I think I wonder like what's gonna for like some of the racing parts that are a little higher production volume, maybe. I don't know how that market is, but I would assume some of the racing parts are a little higher volume in production. I wonder how that will work. And then I wonder just like shipping. So like, for instance, like a company like J Concepts, right? So J Concepts probably has to get things shipped through the Panama Canal to get to Florida. So assuming, right? I don't know their shipping lanes, but if that happens, are tires going to go up in price because of the beef that's going on in the Panama Canal? I don't know. Low production. You're low production. I seen your last scale news.
Yeah.
It's pretty low production. Black wall. Just saying, I heard your audio echoing all over the place. Come on. Throw a blanket up. You know how to do it.
He's laughing. That was a pretty good pivot on that. I will give you that, Pablo. That was well played. Well played.
Just saying. But you know what I mean?
Don't think it's going to be a huge thing. I think Canada's going to get hit.
Well, I think
stuff for our parts going elsewhere. I think it's going to hit worse than.
Yeah, they'll get double tariffed.
Yeah. So.
Gulf of America. Shipping lanes go through Gulf of America.
I'm heading down to Gulf Shores here soon. And I told my mom, who's down there already, I'm like, You better find me a I spring break at the Gulf of America t-shirt somewhere so we can just go and get it. Because if I can't get that, I don't know that I'm gonna come down. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they aren't there, let me know because I will bring them down and I will sell them at the beach.
Yeah.
I'll pay for my trip. I'll take a handful of them. I'll just get them pre-screen printed in reverse and buy a heat press, and I'll just
boom.
What size shirt are you? All right,
Let's
boom.
go. Yep. Yeah, that's funny. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's cool. Well, is there some place cool to go, Brian? I need to find a place to go bass fishing.
So back to the Canada thing. I think what'll be interesting is to see what happens with lumber prices here. That's with a building boom. I think we're probably end of summer building boom, but I think that it'll be interesting see what lumber is going to have. What's going to happen with lumber? I don't think Washington will be affected as much because we have a big lumber production here, but
yeah,
everywhere else, your guys' Christmas trees are going to be expensive. Yep.
My plastic one? I already have it.
your plastic one and your real one.
Yeah, we'll be already going deep sea charter fishing, but I would like to find, man, the South is where the big bass are. So if I can.
So Harley says the JCon question is a good one, though. Not sure if they're doing West Coast and train freight or if they're going through Florida ports or Louisiana. Yeah, and that's it's good. I have no idea. But there are things like that I wonder about. Like, there's other company, not just RC companies, but other big companies that are East Coast that you start to wonder, I wonder how that's going to work out. And tires, depending on where their tires. I thought
you talking Gulf of America ports, baby.
Yeah. So Darren says
this just makes me laugh. Like I just want to get the shirt just so people will.
Okay, so not to get political, I'll just touch on this because I don't know if you heard the news that he was talking to Netanyahu earlier today when we were texting about
rebuilding
Gaza. Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. But
owning it or whatever. I'm like,
I know. Well, my eyes opened and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, that has bigger implications, like biblical implications if that happens. So let's pump the brakes on that. Anyways, agreed. I'm a woodworker. All of our quality lumber heads south, and we get dross leftovers currently. The gross leftover. Yeah. So so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Lumber's been at a low for probably the last year. For us has been at a low. Steel's also going to hurt, but the implications,
right?
Yeah.
I also saw that he had something like if he gets assassinated, he's got a plan for total obliteration of. If I'm gone, push this button for me.
He's got a dead man switch he walks around with all day. He's like, bah! Yeah.
Here's the football. Here's the code. Now.
Yep. Anyway. So AA Day says he's tired of seeing.
There goes all of our potential for ad revenue. Thanks, Pablo, for going there.
Well, hey, America.
Hey, you say Robertson or something now? Hey, Jack.
Hey.
Well, let me talk about some of my stuff.
Do it.
We did
music to my ears.
International Auto Show, which was just Michigan International Auto Show, which I've been to the Detroit Auto Show, so it felt very meh compared to that. But
sure,
it was cool because there's a local landscaping company here who likes RCing, and DeVos getting political again. The DeVos name was somebody with the Trump presidency and education and all that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Betsy. But through doing some high dollar patios and stuff and building RC things for the grandkids while keeping it pretty, and if the kids aren't there, it just looks like a park.
Sure.
So he designed this awesome area, and
It
he was
looked
renting
awesome.
cars. He bought 20 SCX 24s to rent out so people
What?
could use it. Yeah.
I didn't know that part of
Yeah,
it.
he had a rack of 20 of them,
That's
batteries and
awesome.
parts to fix them and all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then he had us come in to just be there and talk with people about them and just show what can be done. But it was really, really cool. Made me want one.
Yeah.
I get what he was doing. Either the wives being like, I want them to come to build me a cool rock garden like this. And the guys are like, okay, I'll pay for that. Like,
I know, right?
yeah, let's do that. Like, do you see
That's a
what they're doing
great
here? They're
idea.
playing with
Yeah.
toys on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the guy to be like, hey, I want one of these, but look at how pretty it looks, right? So
Yeah.
it's a win-win.
Let me tell you, that luster wears off over time because I had a yard like that at one time. It was like, look nice, spray some water on it. The rocks look all pretty. And then it
Yeah.
doesn't. But anyways, continue on.
Yep. So
Yeah.
but anyway, we got to run them. I had the Brian Kochner build out for running on 3S now. I'm running it on 3S. It's amazing on 3S.
Nice.
Just had to change one of the settings on the ESC because I got hot the first time I did it, if you guys recall from the video. But it was just a drag brake thing, I think. And
Real men run 3S
now.
Tony.
But yeah. So did that, and then we have Thursday night again for comping. Looking forward to that. But I've got some videos to do. Also, the Venge RC build has been amazing. Like, I let my buddy run it the other day, and he like kicked our butts. Right? So it's his first time doing a comp, and he took like second place. Beat Dana. Yeah, beat me. Beat a bunch of the guys that have been doing it a long time. First time out. And he drove that Venge RC. He got like a 5 or something crazy. It was insane. Ooh, Jay Condo's 97% to West Coast, and then just
had to go digging. He said, "Nice. And we might be in the clear for now."
Yep.
Interesting. Good looking out, Harley. Continue talking, Tony.
Yeah, so that was it. Other than that, I said I got those 2 videos I'm going to work on now. My evenings are freer. I finally finished 10 of 295 containers went to Florida. So yeah, pretty west side.
Right on. West side.
Oh, these old flapping lips going to get the vid of his base. Sweet.
Nice. 10 of 229 containers went to Florida. Nice.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, dropped the EP last night. Midnight went live. Instagram Reels has it. It's everywhere.
It's pretty rad
now.
It's pretty rad. How does that work? I'm curious. Like,
don't know yet. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube Music.
Yeah.
It's in TikTok. It's everywhere. It got distributed.
Like, are you potentially like someone uses it in their like dance off video, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get a check for like 10K?
No, I mean, if they get like huge views, maybe something. Probably get a penny.
Yeah, right.
It's way worse for musicians than YouTubers, I think.
Right.
Yeah, for views and all that.
I mean, I know you're not doing it for that. I'm just
right.
But I just was curious about that. I was like, I wonder how that works, because you can't really buy the 99-cent songs anymore.
Yeah, you can on iTunes. That's the difference between iTunes and Apple Music. There's still iTunes store.
For the commoners.
Sale for people that want to own it and don't want to do their streaming service. You can own it and have it on your devices, and
nice.
And have the file easily accessible to share or email or do whatever if you buy it.
Put it on an SD card so I could put it on my Radiolink RC8X.
Yep.
Our radio transmitter, and then listen to it from there.
I guess I don't know. It's just out there. Will Darby selling some of my monster trucks. I don't race, so the race trucks are gonna go. My LMTs are gonna stick around. One of my race trucks that's been built out to be a basher will stay. Like, I will not get rid of the one Pro C. But I have one that's complete, ready to run. I have one I have all the parts to be built, except for shocks. It's brand new, too.
Brand new.
Yeah, never got finished.
Killing me, Smalls.
Yep. But the one that's been beat to death is the one I'm keeping, of course, because that's my baby. But yeah, so the ones that, like, I'm gonna keep some of my clodbusters. Like, I have custom ones I'm not gonna get rid of. One of a kind-ish ones these days, like unicorns, like the ZRP race. What do they call it? The something race something chassis. Retro Racer. They're tough to get.
Yeah.
And I got one. So the JCon ones, I'll keep at least two of them. I think I have a third one not built.
I was going to say, don't you have a regulator in the box still? I listened
on the box. It's built.
Oh, I thought you didn't have it.
Well, the chassis is built. It just needs, and I have all the parts. I have axles. I just haven't assembled it. Yeah, just need to be assembled. And the reason why, okay. So yeah, so that's the only reason. I want to get my kids a 4-wheeler.
Oh, nice.
So
that's cool. Like a Banshee or like a hunting
TRX.
4-wheeler?
No, like a TRX 250, 200.
That's cool.
Yep, just a little sport one.
Yeah.
I think they have a centrifugal clutch on it or something. That's yeah. Where you can hold it. You don't have to, but if you want to do like a rev it up and let it go, you can. But it's automatic. You can just dump it. But
yeah.
So that's all.
That's cool. Yep, I know that game. I am down to a few crawlers now because of that.
They want a different thing. That's what I'm saying. Their interest wasn't there. I don't have time to spend on races. I work on the weekends now. So, if I get back into it,
I saw
keep going, but yeah.
I saw a retro clodbuster stock with the old Futaba pistol grip, the Magnum or whatever it was. And it was the one of the original blue ones, the blue clods. Like it was later, right? The original one was red, and then the blue came out early 90s, I think. And I was like, oh, dude, kind of wanted it. It was kind of cool, but didn't grab it. Double A Day says, tell them kids to get a job.
What's the freestyle monster truck he's talking about? Hopefully you keep this freestyle monster truck that's one of a kind. I don't know which one that is. I had the ZRD, but I already sold that one. The one with the big metal cage, the aluminum one they did the video on of the build.
I think he's talking about the freestyle one that you did our monster truck competitions with. Sticker Bomb? Was that it?
I don't think so.
You did
the freestyle RC ones.
Huh?
I think he means the freestyle RC brand.
Yeah, I know. It was a freestyle RC that you had. It had the, or was it a ZRD? It had the shocks that went to the middle of the body.
Yeah, that's the one I got rid of, the ZEI with the dropout, the Bigfoot 11.
No. It was the one that you competed in the Sleigh Bash with, I think. Sleigh Bash, maybe.
Oh, the Pro C.
Pro C, yeah.
Yeah. I'm keeping one of those. I have 3 chassis of it.
Nice.
But the one that has acrylic links.
That you cleaned with brake cleaner?
Yeah, no, that one. That was before I got the links. The links came as part of the rebuild on that. And he made me a chassis that would do like the Gravedigger bodies and stuff, where it wasn't in truck shape. It stayed, yeah. Anyway, yeah, with the cage. Oh no, the cage one's gone. The black cage one. That's a ZRD. That one went 3 years ago.
I just dated myself because now the people are saying the sport quads are history now, except for the Yamaha. That's what I was talking about, the Banshee.
No, I remember TRX is still out.
No, yeah, but that's not
like a race one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like the TRX is that a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive?
250, the 250X.
I thought that was a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's 4-wheel drive.
No, we're talking like hold on for dear life because that power band is gonna flip you over.
Yeah.
2-wheel drive.
Yeah. Like this. So it's still the sportier looking.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's not the.
So apparently I have Moviemon's permission to make bad financial decisions on that Clodbuster. That he said it's still up on Marketplace.
Oh, these went up. Base is now $5,400 with a destination charge of $620. So you're looking at $6,000 now.
Whoa. Wait till you get that China tariff. Buy it now. That's what I told. So I told Andre from Scale. I don't know if you noticed my new Scale Metal Supplies t-shirt hoodie.
Yeah, I like it.
It's pretty dope. So I told him, I was like, hey, the kind of metal you buy, I'd stock up a little bit right now. Because I've seen this happen before. Like last time we had him in office, the Band-Aid got ripped off and it sucked. I knew where it was going. It sucked. But then I was trying to remember today, I was talking to someone else. I don't remember the length of time until it settled, but prices like almost doubled or tripled. And then they came down afterwards, but it was like ripping the Band-Aid off. And I was like, you better buy some round stock for your Scale RC stuff. So he went out and bought 400 and something feet of it. I was going to show you something.
He's going to go side by side. I did look at side by sides too. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
So I was working on it, and metalwork's done.
That's mine?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that looks sick.
I've got the stance just right. Metalwork's done. Pretty stoked about it. So now I got to start some details.
So people are saying that's too small for my kids. My kids are too big for that. So
Not
Ryan
a 250.
Anderson said the 250 is just the one to have, like for just being nimble. And
yeah,
I was riding the 250s at their places and at Adam's house, Adam Anderson's, and it was fun. I mean, for just whipping around a yard or whatever, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Max. Paul says when I have my head just right, it looks like I'm wearing a tiny sombrero.
But the dunes, he says, yeah, they might not have enough power for the dunes.
Dunes, bro.
Yeah.
It'll still be fun.
The dunes are just dangerous.
Well, and if they haven't had one before, it's a good starter one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a potential 125 TRX in the works.
250 is probably good.
Well, for our little yard, the 125 would still get them around and get them.
Yeah, 250 is where you want it. 250 is where you want. It's just enough where you can lift the front end a little, but.
Well, the deal might be just right on the 125 as a. Okay, we have two.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, got my motor in East.
Is the ideal for me to get them.
Yeah.
And they're light enough to pick up and throw in your truck.
Yeah. Old Flapping Lips sounds like he's building an Origin. Except for tires, additional lights to finish it up. Nice. That's cool. He went with the Holmes Hobbies. Oh, yeah. 10 pole 30,000. Nice. I like it. It says, Dad who love their kids treat them to cowies. My daughter ripped a BF 300 at 9 years old. That's a big unit. Hey, Tony, I picked up a Traxxas Jado 4x4 like 2 weeks ago. I'm about to race it. Oh, yeah. I'm interested in that because I saw Santa Maria's video about that. And they have a stock class for the Jado 4x4 or four-wheel drives. The stock class looked slow, but it'd be interesting to see what would happen if you put an actual like race 8-scale e-buggy race power plant in there. See how they went. So
250 way too much power. 250 is not way too much. 250 is it's just a good run.
Your kids are big enough for 250.
Yeah, they're light, but they're tall. Yeah. But yeah. I'm thinking more with the 125 is just like ripping around, pulling sleds and some of that kind of stuff where you're just having fun. I mean, they're going from golf cart to so it's all going to be new and fun to them in the beginning and then step them up. So if I can get that now and get them running it, and that one is actually like clutch. So they'll have to learn to ride, you know what I mean? So it'd be cool. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to get rid of a few. I mean, I want to keep like my Mojave 4S is being kept, SCX6 is being kept. A lot of them I'm not looking to get rid of. But there's some where it's just like I don't see myself racing anytime soon because it's not here.
I wish
we have the thing going on with the crawlers, and I only have 4 weekends that I can be away in a year. And like I'm using one of them to go to Florida with my family. I'm using another one to go to Monster Jam World Finals. I'm using probably another one to go to Badlands again. Although Badlands I can get back. Like so last time I went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I actually left Friday night and drove back after like when they ended anyway. So like the day was done. They were going into the powwow, whatever that they do at the night. And so I just left and I got home because my son was doing a tournament for disc golf on Saturday. So I went with him to that. But I was going to stay till Saturday and then just get up and go, leave at like 10.
Yeah.
So I could have even spent the night Friday if I wanted. But yeah, for me, man, I want a side-by-side, Brian. Like up here in Michigan, there's so many places to go run them.
Dude, they're stinking expensive. I looked at one a while ago.
4-seaters you can get used for about 10 to 12.
Out there?
Yeah.
I need to buy one out there and ship it out here.
Yeah. Depends. I mean, that's like the 900 or 1100 Polaris, not any of the extra. Like if you want the really souped up race ones, they're a lot more, but yeah. For one that would just go on the trails around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be fine. Not maybe the dunes. You could do, beginner dune stuff, but.
So the guy that runs I don't know if he's watching this or not, Trevor, but he just sent me your USA one and he goes, you need to come, you need this to come race retro with us.
Oh, they let it?
Yeah, I guess. Well, and that's what I was just saying is that I wish I raced more monster trucks because I would then say, hey, Tony, how about I take some of these monster trucks off your hands and we'll go down and race them.
Right.
But
they're definitely the best of the best.
Ooh, another buddy just sent me some rollers of 8 scale. Nice. Yeah, it'd be cool to go down there and do some more racing. I would love to do that. That's did I tell you about the schedule that came out and how it's a little rough for us. We have 5 weekends on, 1 weekend off, 7 weekends on for racing.
Nice.
And a couple of them are like 3-day races.
Right. That's
So
cool.
It's going to be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not in a place. And again, if it came back to it, I would just buy stuff again, like to get into racing again. You wouldn't be able to necessarily buy a freestyle RC unless you're watching. In fact, that one just dropped. Somebody dropped a roller for $700 and got a ton of information, ton of like people just PMing like, I want it.
Yeah.
So there's interest in it still because it's a freaking sweet truck. Like,
yeah, for sure.
the engineering of the freestyle RC stuff is just next level. Same with that retro, and people want it. But again, it's tough. Just the chassis, like I said, was $500, and that's not including the transmission mounts, steel drive shafts, all the extras that go into finishing the axles, the bodies, but it's pretty slick.
Now you got me looking at side by sides. They came down in price quite a bit.
Am I about right in that 10 to 12?
Yeah, we're closer. We're closer to 15 to 20 out here, but
it depends, like how new and like what model.
For sure. Yeah, for
the
sure.
900s I was seeing for about 12.
Yeah, a lot of these are
Polaris.
the Polaris thousands.
Okay.
The Razors, but they're
souped up a little.
Or they look nice. Like here's a 1500, or I mean, sorry, a 2015 Razor XP4 for $14K. That's an older one.
Oh, Jem's Hobby sent me a link to something. Ooh, 300.
So super one-handed RC. That's a great question. So super one-handed says, so your kids never play RC, just race?
Dang.
That's
good, Gems.
This is a good question because this is something that I've found we need to strike a balance with. So this month we're probably going to be doing some crawling. We're probably going to be doing some monster trucks, all that kind of stuff, because I sometimes feel like the kids, that's the thing, the kids really, I don't know how to say how much they really like it, but they really like racing. Like they are into it. Playing RCs, we went through, probably last year it feathered off a little bit, but from probably 2017 and like my son started really young. So 2017.
Crawler brawler, screw the kids.
I know. No, I would say 2018, 2019, my son started getting more serious into it. And we would if you haven't seen some of our videos from when we had the track and the crawling course in the backyard, it was all playing back there. It was just all playing. And we would go crawl and do long walks and stuff like that with the crawlers. But now it's like when are we racing again? Like that kind of thing, like my son doesn't work on them as much. He just races them. My daughter enjoys all aspects of racing. So, the other day though, I think we talked about this, Tony, where I felt like he was thrown into that class in a good way, but it was way more competitive and he needed to kind of see what it was like to play with RC again. So we went out and bashed that Larlo car at a skate park. Yeah, and we just played with it and he had a blast, so we still go and do that. It's just harder to do it in the winter. So they love
racing. It's all play. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I definitely don't force them into it at all. they're like, my daughter's like, I will walk to, because we're kind of close to the track, and she's like, I will walk to the racetrack if I have to. And I was like, okay. So, but yeah, so, but there are times where they miss the playing. So, like my son wants to go out and drive the LMTs, but there hasn't been a lot of snow to stick around, but I think we're going to get it soon. So I'm excited to go out and do that. Yep. Engineering. Yep. That's the thing. My daughter's really learning that stuff now.
It's so good for them to learn how to do all that.
So like, for instance, here's what I teach. This isn't the full sheet. This is just some of the kids turned in their stuff. So this is one of the sheets that I give the Drive Like a Girls team.
Yeah.
And this, yeah. So I give them a blank sheet, and they have to draw their course layout, and then they have to draw their line and where they think the line is, and tell me why the apex is there versus somewhere else. So this was one girl's, and then on the other side they did their dream track. And normally they do like notes and stuff on it. And on my other sheet that I normally hand out is like, we talk about racecraft and race vocabulary. So we talk about their cars. I have had girls say, I knew that my dad was changing this, but I never knew what it did. He just said, I'm going to change this for you, blah, blah, blah. And so like with toe and camber and stuff like that. And so like, I'll describe to him, like the other day I took a truck tire and I was like, okay, so, I was like, camber, this is 0. And I showed him positive and negative, and I was told him what that meant going around a corner, and when you do it, when you don't use positive or negative. So yeah, it was cool. Like, they're learning that kind of stuff and learning like, the difference in gearing, all kinds of stuff when it comes to, like, I used, you ever do that when you teach people and you're like, man, that was a really good example. Like, you're like patting yourself on the back. Like, so one of the girls had a bottle of iced tea, right? And I showed it, like, if you can visualize a half full bottle of water or whatever. And I was like, when you go into a corner and you go all the way, all your weight is over on this side of the car.
Right.
And then I said, and think of how much force it takes me to get the weight all the way over to the other side of the car. I said, if you could set up the corner where you're not throwing all that weight into that side of the, into those wheels, and it's staying center of gravity, your car is going to react better for the next corner, kind of a thing. And so we started talking about how setting up your race line affects those race dynamics and that kind of, and how it saves tires and blah, 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 blah. It's a lot of fun doing that kind of thing, man. I enjoy it. And the girls are like, they're starting to get fast. I mean,
it's cool.
There's a
key, right?
Yeah, there's a small chance that we might have 3 girls on top 5 podium for season points championship in Novice.
What?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah,
that's really cool.
Oh yeah, she already knows how to do that. Change a tire in a real car. Yep. So, thanks, Super One Handed. Yeah, I try to involve them in it. We have 6 girls on the team right now that we're teaching, and so when I did that kind of fundraiser earlier, that's how they all got their pit mats, how they all got their tools. I might do another one soon because we have an enduro coming up in May, and it's a 6-hour race. I'm talking to Hobbywing right now about possibly getting a power plant from them, but there's going to be a 6-hour race. And what I might try to do is, that's also one of those things where I was like, do I just buy this car for myself and let them race it, like build it and let them race it? Or do I try to get a car funded, let them race it, and then we'll raffle it off so they can get their summer track shirts and parts for their cars, and so we have stuff for the girls again. So might be doing that. But yeah, I it's been fun, man. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, do the math on center mass and stuff like that. Yeah, so we've talked about center of gravity and all that kind of stuff, low CGs, all that kind of thing. So double A day, yeah, she is faster than me. She beat me in 21.5 handily. So,
that's good.
both my kids. But actually, it was funny because Dalton has been just hammering me all season in truck.
Now, how do they do when they race each other? It's pretty head to head.
He's faster, but yeah, it's head to head. It's what's interesting is that they have totally different driving styles. Like, and people can see it. So like Dalton got a nickname Dangerous Dalton because he's like Rowdy Barnes. I mean, he when he turns so hard and has so much grip. We have his car set up that it literally looks like his chassis twisting when he's going through the corners. Like he's hucking it that hard. And he's just like full pin as much as he can all the time. Her times are pretty close, like pretty close. But he drives way more smooth. Like her corner speed's really fast, but it just looks like I've asked her before. I'm like, you need to push a little harder, and she's like, it's pinned down. Like it looks, and her times show it, and her consistency shows it. It just looks like she's not driving hard. So it's cool. Their cars are pretty well matched. They have some slight differences to it. He runs an eliminator. She runs a slipper.
Who's easier on the tires?
Oh,
and Will Darby, what do you want me to let you know? I missed something.
She is definitely easier on the tires, 100%. He will run out on a set. We stopped using front fuzz bites for tires because he'd run out and then all of a sudden his car would be pushing terribly. And within one race, his tire would be bald, like if there's a big sweeper. So
he's much harder.
Super. Yeah. Way harder. So yeah, she is way more fluid. They have a couple different changes, like their toe on the rear, or their not toe. She has a different roll center set up on her rear, so her pills are a little bit different than what he has. He runs an eliminator because he's just driving hard all the time, and she runs a slipper. It's a little smoother. That probably is part of why it looks so aggressive in the corners. Oh yeah, they've raced each other. So last summer they raced each other all summer, and it was awesome because it was like watching fighter jets go around the track because they would be on each other's bumper, passing each other, and then on each other's bumper and all that. That's cool. So he has a little more.
That's fun to watch when they do that.
Oh yeah, he has a little more experience, but she's catching him fast. So it'll be really cool to see them on dirt.
He's learning it.
Yep. So, race for my love. Yeah. Okay, kids, race for my love. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Who's my favorite? Yeah. Have him do 50 laps his way and 50 laps her way. Yeah. Days of Thunder. 100%. So no, it's cool, man. It's cool seeing that progression and seeing them grow that way. And I really, really like seeing the other kids grow in the program too. That's, that was one of the things when we took them out to go play. So I was like, hey, well, that's why I started racing 21.5 too. Cause I was like, I'm seeing that I saw that I was putting a lot more into some of the other racers out there. And I was like, all right, now I'm going to do this and push you. But this last weekend, I smoked him when it came to truck, and he's been smoking me all year long. And with Olivia's car, I really put some distance between us. It was cool. Well, we were battling back and forth on the track too, so it's fun, man. I need to find a cameraman though, because like this summer we're gonna be in sportsman class all together. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wear separate GoPros on our head or something so we could track the cars.
Oh, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. So Double A Day says he'd love to race, but he doesn't have the time. Yeah, that's the hard part, man. The time. It's a lot more time at the beginning because you're learning a lot more, but once you kind of got things down, it's just maintenance. So do you have any of my RC Amigo stickers? Do you see that Rooster put an order in with you?
Yeah, I think I do. I have a drawer of stickers. I'm going to look in there before I do the order. I responded to them on there.
I should send you some new ones. an hour away and starts at night for his track. Yeah, we're super, super lucky. Both our tracks in the wintertime, our track is 5 minutes away. In the summertime, our track is 10 minutes away.
Wow.
So we live there. And this summer, we're having the trailer there again. So I can just picture my wife dropping off the kids at the track at 4, and then me showing up at 5:30 or 5,
Gosh.
and then racing every day. So
Sounds like quite a bit going on for you guys.
yeah, we'll be on the track 3 days, 4 days a week.
Gosh.
Without races. Because Tuesdays I'll be going live again from the track on Tuesdays. And then we'll have Thursdays is another race day. We'll have one day in the week where we're practicing. So 3 days and then race day on Saturday. They're going to get fast.
Yeah.
So should we wrap?
Yeah, we should wrap. I got to get up and take my son to something at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Gross.
Yeah. He keeps signing up for all these early morning things. I'm like, dude, I'm up late on Tuesday. Don't do it. No, don't do Wednesdays.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I've already got one, Dad. I'm like,
you jerk.
I've already been up late working, trying to get all this stuff out the door. Again, if you guys are looking, I just dropped a 5-song thing. I didn't really talk much about it. It's a weird thing to promote. Like, I feel weird talking about
vulnerable.
it. So.
Be vulnerable, Tony. Tell me how you feel. What kind of mental space were you in when we were singing it?
Just like, I hate how this sounds, kind of a mental space, but
well, it couldn't be much worse than the acoustics in Harley's room. Let's be honest.
I haven't seen it yet. He's tearing down his house, dude. So I get it.
I'm just giving him a hard time. It's not bad at all. He just opens it all the time.
Yeah. So it's on Spotify. It's called Low Fidelity Worship. It's the name of the group. It's me.
My wife and I
have a woman singing harmonies.
Yeah.
But I'm playing all the instruments and stuff.
It's funny because I was telling my kids were listening and my wife were listening at the same time. We had it on in the kitchen.
It's on the YouTube as well. Actually, you get on YouTube Music.
I'll
try and pull it up for you.
We were listening and I was telling the kids how you did all the tracks, and then the woman's voice came in and I go, I didn't know he sang falsetto, but I don't think that's him. I don't think that's him. So
share. Go to artist. Nope, not radio.
Do it. Put the link in.
Oh, copy link to artist. I'll put it in here before we go.
Do it.
Feel free to share. It's also, again, like I said, it's on Instagram now. I think it might be on YouTube if you're doing shorts.
That's
wouldn't
cool.
really fit in much, but maybe the Come to the River would a little bit if you're outdoors doing something, but parts of it.
I use music like that all the time for the kids stuff.
So
check it out. Go get it.
Awesome, Darren. Would like my phone so we can talk. Your best bet is to just reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram.
On the socials.
That's where I do the chatting with people. Or my website, ccxrc.com. If you go through the contact info on that, that's a little safer for sharing information than the social medias. But there's a contact either at the very bottom of the page or somewhere else on there. So let me see where else it is. I stuck contact a few places. About, maybe. Yeah, contact under about. There's a contact button. You can click. You can type in your name, email, subject, type in information there. So the stuff's not like I'm not holding it for anybody. If I post it to Facebook somewhere else and somebody buys it up first, it's just what it is. Like, because I already told one other guy about it who actually came to me asking for a freestyle RC, and I said, dude, you're gonna have to check Sam. Though they're hard to find, whatever. And here's like a month later, I'm like, all right, dude. So I might be selling one.
Yeah.
It's like, send pictures. I'm like, okay, but I'm not holding it. Like, I'm gonna post it out there and let people know.
You should hold it with your
There's
feet.
no special whatever, but I'm just letting you know I'm gonna post it. But I need to clean it. That's the thing. It's still dusty. So I want to get at least. I'm not gonna like immaculate clean any of this stuff. I just don't have time. So
yeah,
it's like I'll give it a wipe down of the dirt that's on it, but it's as is, ready to run. Basically, no radio, but it's got motor, ESC, all that stuff. It's ready to put in your transmitter stuff and get it going. But
you're killing me, Tony. I've wanted, especially now that Trevor's like, hey, you could race that in retro with us.
The retro one's wicked.
Yeah,
but we can talk. I've got the other one, the J Concepts.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it shouldn't be good.
It's probably better. Well, no, it's not better. The one's pretty awesome.
I like USA One.
Yeah, and it's
America.
Pretty awesome.
You ever gonna end this or what?
No, you said you were gonna end it.
Nope.
Yeah, you were.